All right. And we're looking mighty healthy on the live this morning. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up. Shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay at home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Uber driver, Lyft driver, taxi driver, truck driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance drivers. Shout out to every single clean hearted, good hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. Big up yourself, you're a good person. Yesterday morning, we couldn't get to the live because, we were having a bunch of thunderstorms here in Florida. I don't know if that affected my internet, but every time I went live, it just kept saying processing, 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 and it wouldn't process. And also, I don't know if it had something to do with my camera. So I switched the camera from the other camera back to my old camera, and voila, here we are. Also, this morning you might not see 1,000 people in here and all these things, and it's because we found the setting. Now remember, those whose name are in green are people who support the channel to the point where they have paid for their membership. So other people can watch, but they won't be able to participate. As in, they won't be able to get in the comment section and talk to each other and all that, sharing the jokes and tell SouFlo about go up on the deso and all these things. They won't be able to do all that because you're not a paid member. So it's set right now. The platform is set at members only. So only members can, let me dress myself this morning properly and come talk to you. Good. All right. Big up on yourself and thank you for being here this morning. My apologies for yesterday morning. We were not here, but it's all good. I gave you content yesterday, though, which surprisingly did way better. I don't know why, but it did way better than normal. Anyhow, this morning we have 5 topics on the board this morning. 5. And of course, the title for the video, we can't put up all 5 topics because the title space is not that long. So people who watch and they say, I'm not talk about what we into this morning, so I'm going to skip it. You usually miss, right? Your previous live was spicy, Vanessa. Soon big up some people. Vanessa, big up yourself. The previous live, boy. Which one are you talking about? Oh, that one. You talking about the one with the record producer that is Shabdan locked up for questioning the triple murder thing? Yeah, people have them. Yeah, yeah, that one. Anyway, put on my glasses, block these lights out of my eyes, and let's get right into it. So we're gonna big up some people this morning, but before we big up these people this morning, the 5 topics we have on the board are these. So one woman was arrested for throwing her boyfriend's mother's ashes into a river. Now mommy dead, mommy passed away, mommy gone. You bawl, you cry, because your mommy was a good mommy. All you have left of her, at her wishes, she said she wanted to be cremated. All right. Your grandmommy her wishes, you cremate her, you put her in a little urn. You have your beautiful urn sitting at home somewhere. You and girlfriend or boyfriend get into argument and they decide that this urn is going to get empty out somewhere in some random river. What would you do? This story actually really happened, and we're going to talk about that one. All right. I just found it interesting and thought we should share. Now, there's a video clip we have which we're going to watch. And the last time I played a video clip of the little boy in the classroom that was telling the teacher how she favor a monkey and a G-string or something like that. And that's why no man no want you. When I remember that video, YouTube age restricted my video. All age restricted means is you're gonna have to sign in to see the video. But people lazy, people want to scroll YouTube like this. And if the video is grown people content and you have to sign in to verify your age that you're over 18 and you have an account, they don't even bother watch the video. Them just go on to our next video. Sign in and that's gonna take too long. Just go on to our next video. So YouTube age restricted that video. This clip that we're going to watch today, I'm going to play it about 3-4 times in a row. Why? Because I want to play it once and I don't want to play it again, so that it will be easy for me to find it later on and chop it back out of the video so YouTube does not restrict my content, right? But I want you to see this fight between this teacher and the student. It's not really a fight still enough. It looked more like and it looked more like I don't know, somebody went crazy and somebody was unprofessional and then somebody overstepped their boundaries and one bag of something. But we'll watch it together, and then I will say my piece, and so will you. All right, that's topic number 2. A shooting happened recently. Yeah, normal thing, right? A shooting happened recently, and in that shooting, a pregnant woman was killed. Mm-hmm. You know, them not spare nobody nowadays. And of course, I'm talking about Jamaica, but shootings are happening everywhere. A Jamaican youth where work for TSA at the airport, JFK airport, we covered that story here. He recently got gunned down in New York, and they're still trying to figure out why. There are theories behind that. So shootings are happening everywhere. So when I say shooting, you don't really know where until I say Jamaica. So in Jamaica, a shooting happened recently, and a pregnant woman was one of the victims in that shooting. Well, we have an update to that story, deeper than what we think it was. It wasn't that they just shoot up a pregnant woman. It wasn't that mistaken identity. It wasn't none of that. It's very well much connected to certain things. And we're going to talk about that and fill you in the blanks with that story. Big up to the artist, Skeng. Skeng, protocol. You don't know Skeng. If you're not with dancehall these days, you probably don't know Skeng. I know there are a lot of people on my on my platform right now that are saying, SouFLo, I don't listen to those kinds of music. I'm above and beyond all that. I don't even listen to dancehall anymore. So they don't know who Skillibeng is. They don't know who Skeng is. They don't know who Joshi is. They don't know who the new gunners are in the dancehall sphere. Anyway, Skeng recently bought his mom a car. I tell him to say, don't make time pass on the left for you know. But it's cool. Skeng recently bought his mom a car, right? And I have a little video clip. Nice car and all these things. Yeah. And I can see how, like all the way as youth and even more so ghetto youth who grow up in a poverty and them thing that they're like, I can't wait to make something of myself so I can take mommy out of this thing and give her a better life and make sure retire from up at the school there or wherever she working and thing. So he's doing good. Skillibeng with his dirty mouth. Rosemary King says Skillibeng with his dirty mouth. Listen up. Skeng bought his mommy a car. But the part that I find interesting that I want to talk about is he's able to do good, because here he is, and this we have spoken about before. There are some people on one hand that says lyrics are powerful, and we need to stop. We need to ban the lyrics them that are coming out of dancehall nowadays. Most of them that are talking about marrow fly pan wall and man a gunman and blood splash over this one, shut up boy and face and take your gal and your wife is my bitch and these kind of things. Okay, if you've listened to Skeng, then you understand where this is going. His content, his lyrical content is very violent a lot of the times. Very pro gunman, bad man, Spain town, young man. Want to dash him when nobody can find him, kind of. Yeah, them thing there, right? So while we're down in the artist is able to sell records, fly out, go overseas, do shows, come home. I don't know if her mother did have a car before she was a walk foot, but the good part is seeing him upgrade mommy, right? So there's the good and there's the bad part. And we're going to talk about that this morning. Me listen to him when I go work out. I'm guilty as charged. Soldier 819. When I'm working out and I'm blasting, like when me I go hard that day, pause. When I'm gonna put in a lot of work this day, I usually put on the roughest of dancehall music. Yeah. When we put on like 90s dancehall, I don't find myself I do so much work. I'm like dancing in my brain, and I try to remember how the old dance them go from back them time. That me and I Jim a signal the plane and all these things and call down the rain and whatever else are going in there. So I listen to them kind of music that too. I've always said it. I listen to gunman music. I listen to dance hall, gunshot, gunman, bust up face, Mara flat. Me listen to it. I'm not a hypocrite. I listen to it and I don't promote censoring of art. I believe that art is an expression of not just self, but society on a whole. And I believe that art is like, how should I say it now? A diary, a journal that tells of the times. For instance, 20 years from now, when we look back and somehow we have a whole 20 years from now, so better get your ducks in order, But I feel like they are young forever, So, anyways, when we look back 20 years from now and somehow we really talk like this, remember when time back in my days. So I don't go on like say like a young fit and feel good forever. Some of us are on the cusp. 20 more years at the tour we have right now. We are gonna start so 20 years from now when we look back, we'll be able to chronicle the times through a lot of these music, right? True thing. So I don't believe in censoring, but I do believe in a balance. I don't believe in the overindulgence of. I don't believe in how them like lock off positive and just play a beer, everything a gunman. This like the girl that went to the party and had to go tell the DJ, so I'm tired of shoot. Because she was in there all night like this, our guns out. Because beer gunman tune them a play. Yeah, so she a walk with rifle whole night in the dance. And she a lift up rifle whole night in the dance till she tired. She busting gunshot whole night till she tired. She have to go tell the DJ, so I'm tired of shoot. Not in the 90s. In the 90s, you'd have to go up and tell the DJ, so I'm tired of skin out. I'm tired of wind up on something. But yeah, it's no longer a balance. And it's the balance that I support, right? So I'm not there for fight down nobody. And I want to see the youths them rise up out of poverty by any means necessary, because poverty is not a nice thing. See? But without self-destruction. Anyhow, the last one is there's a correction officer. A 5-topic Mr. we have this morning. There's a correction officer who died following a Brazilian butt lift. And we're going to talk about all of those. Give me 1 minute. Let me big up some people. That's 60 seconds. Straight back from the top of the chat. And then we're going to get into the show. All right. Carrie-Ann Jones is here this morning. Carrie-Ann, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. June O'Brien, Vanessa, Great Goodies is here. Guava 876 is in the building. King Biggs, morning fam. Maxine Good as Gold is in the building this morning. Soldier 819 is here. Soldier, big up yourself. Little Red Gucci 2 is here this morning. Good morning. I appreciate you and thank you for being here. Perlis 123 is here. Mrs. Michelle Banton is in the building this morning. And Mrs. Michelle Banton says, good morning, SouFlo, family and everyone. And Dorothy T is here this morning saying, good morning, SouFlo, and all the people that are on the live. The SouFLoTV morning family, morning thoughts family. Anita Kanan is in the building this morning. Jane Ander is here. Marilyn Grant is in the building this morning. Good morning, SouFlo and the listeners. Michelle Howell is here, says, good morning, y'all. And Divine Order, shalom. And Morning Thoughts family, big up to the Morning Thoughts family from Chicago, the Windy City. June O'Brien is here this morning, says, glad you are here today. Missed you yesterday. Yeah, we had a little mishaps there, my sister, but it's all good. We worked it out and we're back, right? Nadiv Smith is in the building this morning. Vanessa is here. Kai Tai Jai Empress. Always have me a speak Cantonese. Kai Tai Jai Empress. Kai Tai Jai. I keep saying it. Is in the building this morning. Big up yourself. Asarin Odetta is here. Vicky Victory is here. Mervyn the Point Jamaica Kerr is in the building this morning. Oh, whoa. Mervyn the Point Jamaica Kerr. Did y'all see this? It's trending on Instagram right now. Me just feel like a white man here just trolled us. Not that there aren't white Jamaicans, because we come in all shapes and all everything else. So the white man, he's not Jamaican though. But he's standing in front of a Jamaican flag and he's like, today I'm going to cook the Jamaican national dish. And then put piece of tilapia in a, he put piece of tilapia in a frying pan. See? And then he put some oil in there with the tilapia and then flip it two sides, put it on a plate. Look like him cut up a ripe banana upon it and sprinkle some scallion cut up on thing. And say, this is ackee and saltfish and this is Jamaica's national dish. Now, you know Jamaican people are so like proud. Don't play with certain things like our national dish and them kind of something that don't do it. So of course, right now they're running him red, and because they're running him red, it's made him go viral. I think that people have realized that Jamaicans are pretty active on social media, especially when you come for anything that has to do with them. I mean, just ask Shakara Richardson, all right? And so, so with that said, it's a quick way to go viral. I'm sure that man knows that that is not no ackee and saltfish, but people are not having it. Them not give him a break, a blind. So the video is out there. If you run into it on social media, you're probably going to say yourself, I want Jamaica coming at this after watching him cook that meal. All right. Michelle Howell says that was a cutthroat live. Rosemary King, Grand Rising, SouFlo, and all. Bless up. All right. SDs is in the building this morning. Marcia Walters is here. Stacy and William. Sean Cassell. Senior Sexy is in the building this morning. Vicky Victory. Dog in a G string. Yes, Vicky. Yeah, boy, the little boy tell the teacher about you see have a dog in a G string. Boy, that's why no man no want you. Me have manners. Me have man. Me have man. Me have to laugh. God no. Because we couldn't do that when we were growing up. We couldn't even think of it. But to see it happen now, it's like, man, times have changed. Carrie Ann Jones, big up yourself. Lisa Stevens, or Lester Stevens is in the building. Rosalind Smichael is here. Roxy 21, Roxanne McIntosh, Karen Notice is in the building this morning. Patty Barrett is here. Audrey Minot is here. Teresa Lewis, Divine Order, Kaz Robinson, King Biggs. The people in there. We're not going to spend all morning bigging up everybody, but we're here. All right. And if you're out there watching and you can't comment in the comment section, is because you don't have membership for this channel. So you're welcome to watch and enjoy the festivities by watching, but you can't communicate. It's that simple $9.99. Just come on in, see, and get your part in. Anyway, which one do we start with this morning? Do we start with the girl who fling the ashes into the sea? Do we start with the student fighting the teacher? Well, look, you have 60 seconds. Hello, this is SouFLoTV calling from New York's Clearinghouse Lottery Company. Yes, I'm calling to inform you that you've won $72 million. Or we're going to go with the dog. Where we are going? We're going with ashes, we're going with the teacher fighting with the student, or we're going with skeng by the new car, or we're going with the correction officer that died following the Brazilian butt lift. Each one is going to be pretty short because we have to squeeze it into our hour and how many minutes. Ashes, some say ashes, some say correction officer, some say anyone, it don't matter. Me now get enough answers, so me just I go pick when me pick and go with. All right. I'm giving you a few more minutes. Welcome to SouFLoTV Live, exclusive Sarah Caliente. Hot. Thank you for being here. Chop, chop, chop. Student fighting, correction officer. All right, here's where we're going to start off. Let's start off with this big body thing. Let's start off with the correction officer. So enough people say correction officer. Let's welcome Sarah to the family. Sarah Caliente. Caliente means hot in Spanish, if I'm not correct. Not true? Or something like that, or sexy. I don't know. Anyhow, whoa, I thought that was a hickey on my neck. It's actually something on my screen. I got to say, when you get so pumped, I mean, remember that. Anyhow, let's start off with the big body thing. So, heartbreak. As a corrections officer dies following a Brazilian butt lift from an unlicensed doctor. Let me run through this real quick and then my message of the day. Story. A correction officer in America lost her life after reportedly receiving a Brazilian butt lift, or what they call a BBL, from an unlicensed doctor. She did not know that the doctor was unlicensed. Here she is. It's a sister. See her there? She is dead. She's no longer in existence. A lot of you black women, you have a nice body already, you know, man. And I don't know what things have gotten so weird now that the girls with big butts, because one time gone, they used to laugh at your butt. When I was growing up, they used to call it jungle booty. They used to call it all kinds of stuff. You know, they used to laugh at black women's butts. I heard a white woman one time said when she knows when she's getting overweight when black guys start looking at her ass, right? Her ass is getting too big. So she starts hitting the gym harder, that kind of stuff. No, me there a long time. So I remember it going from that to it coming into everybody wants an ass now, like how the original woman body look. See? All right, but that's not anything secretive. It's always been like that. They used to laugh after our lips. Yeah, you have full lips. Look at your big old lips. Your soup coolers, some people used to call them, others used to call them DSL. You know what that means? People used to call all kinds of stuff they used to say about your lips until we found out them getting injection in their lips to look like your lips, right? Then they started getting body implants to look like your body. And then you now jump in the same thing and start get your body even bigger and bigger and bigger. And I've seen some disgusting ones. Like I'm wondering how you reach round this up for properly clean that up. You know, not for nothing, a little bit off the side. I was at a facility one time, of course, I can't say where, when, why, whatever. I was at a facility one time and there was a lady there, real big body. And you would look at her and you would think, man, back in her days, she'll probably be bad. You go in her room and she has all her pictures up from her younger days coming up, right? This is end of life stages. And she was bad. And I'm guessing she's been around from before body implant was around and things, so her thing was natural. Here's the thing. As you get older, right, everything that was up goes down. Okay, gravity takes its toll. And where you used to be firm, ton wagga wagga and saggy saggy and all these things. I knew every time I stepped into that facility if that lady was in the hallway or had been in the hallway or not. And we, between therapy staff and nursing staff, would look at each other like, I would say, Miss So and so was just out here. And they'll be like, yeah, how you know? And I said, well, and they're like, boy, you a mess. And you are right. I start spraying out the place because the odor that came from that big sitting there that y'all trying to put back there and carry and then kill yourself for it going to some surgeon to make it so. Look forward to your older days. You might want to start slimming down instead of trying that. But anyhow, and then her age too. She's 49 years old. At 49 years old, you're on the cusp of 50. You're one of the people that I'm talking about. I said 20 more years to your life, you're gonna be right there. Well, remember back in my days, because 50 and 20 is 70. Not true? Not that I'm calling 70-year-olds old, but you are older, and we don't live much farther past that. Only 30 years if we look, if we reach 100, and then the good Lord call we home. Not true? All right, then. So, it is believed that Tandra Bowers Williams, there she is one more time, it's a sister, and she got that look on her face like, you can't tell me nothing. That's all. That's my sisters. You can't tell me now. I hear what you're saying and all that, but you can't tell me nothing. Hmm. I'm an independent woman and I do what I want to. It's my money. I work for it. Can't tell me nothing. So it is believed that Tandra Bauer Williams, 49 years old, traveled to Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic on May 13th for this procedure, having told her husband, Curtis, that he would love Dr. Gabriel's work when she gets back. Oh, Curtis, you gonna love this. Dr. Gabriel about to hook you up, honey. You about to see this emotion. Curtis said, I don't want Dr. Gabriel's work. I want what God gave you, you know? And she's like, nah, I'm gonna give you that Dr. Gabriel's work. So Curtis didn't have a choice. Now, before I go any further, I'm one of those men that have certain views on certain things when it comes to that. Don't want to tell a woman what to do with her body, so I'll never stand in her way. However, I always say this: a woman that is not concerned about what attracts her man It's not you she trying to appease, or it's not you she trying to please, or it's not your attention she is fighting for, or she is no longer turned on by your attention alone. She knows why she's doing that and who it's going to attract, right? It's just like your woman put on an outfit and she asks you, babe, how this look? And you say, me not like it. And she go, well, tough, cause me I wear it anyway. This me I wear it tonight. You know, well, see, I go say, because the whole night I go turn in a big fight, right? Well, y'all gonna go out fighting all night and then don't enjoy the night. Not true? You have to just roll with the punches. What she put on is, yo, that's sexy. Yo, that's nice. You're beautiful. Everything like that, right? But if you say no and she still wears it, or if she fix her hair or face anything certain kind of way, and you're like, I really don't like when you do that. That one style, right? That's all. It just, I don't know. It make you look this. It make you, if I'm being honest, I really don't like when you do, like, you know, that, right? And she still does it all the time, knowing that you don't like it. Everybody knows that men are visual creatures. See? He has to see. He eats through the eyes. And that's how he is turned on and start salivate when time him to the proper thing and things that he likes. So knowing that a mature woman, 49, should know that. And her goal should be, can you have a husband? And me give him and you go get him. So you have a husband, right? By choice. So you should be thinking about like what your husband really likes to see. See? So if your husband is telling you like you don't need this, you're like, nah, I do need it. And then that face. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Curtis, but yeah. You don't tell me what to do. I'm getting this. And you're going to love it. Okay? Well, hey, whatever makes you happy, baby, whatever makes you happy. So the doctor name is Hector Cabral. He opened his clinic, Centro Internacional de Cirugía Plasticia Avanzada. Me don't know what that name is. Me wouldn't go there. After narrowly escaping jail time through a plea deal in 2011, where he pleaded guilty to one count of unauthorized practicing of medicine. According to New York Daily News, Cabral, the doctor, or the fake doctor, was indicted more than a decade ago on 2 counts of operating without a medical license and conspiracy charges in New York. Him never do nothing more than just pack up from New York and go to the Dominican Republic and start all over again. The doctor was accused of charging for consultation. Come and let me see your butt, slice it up with the marker. You know, them mark up all over them, like when them all slaughter meat, slice up slaughter meat. Yeah. The doctor was accused of charging for consultations in New York at his office, at which point he would then refer the people that were coming to him to a clinic in the Dominican Republic for discount surgeries. Many women went to his clinic in the Dominican Republic based on his recommendations, and many of them came back botched or disfigured. That's what the story said. Her exact word to me, her husband said, were, you're going to love Dr. Cabral's work, babe. Curtis remembers his wife saying, Curtis remembers his wife, and he said, I didn't care one way or another. I accepted my wife and I loved her for the way that she was, right? You know what? None of the extra stuff or none of that. I just like what she had, but she wanted more. And she didn't care if you wanted more or less, sir. She was going to give you more and you were going to take the more that she was going to give you. Unruly wife. But anyhow, I feel her body, she can do what she wants with it, right? All right. However, after receiving the fat transfer, Bowser Williams suffered an enormous stroke, with doctors able to briefly bring her out of a medically induced coma, just enough to unlock her phone. She came out of a coma and unlocked her own phone. And then that was it. That's how she was able to get in touch with her husband, Curtis. Curtis explained, adding that her surgeon told him that the stroke had swallowed her brain. Unfortunately, Curtis was unable to make it to the Dominican Republic before his wife of 26 years died. Everybody is distraught. She was the heart, the lifeline of this family, the heartbeat, he said. Cabral's clinic paid for her travels and funeral expenses, but no formal investigation is on the way. So, I know summer is coming. I know a lot of you women out there are not feeling like you're supposed to feel because you're looking back at your pictures from 10 years ago and you're like, yeah, and the little 2 years and change in a quarantine beat with bad, you know, man, because enough people can't take off the body that were them put on in a quarantine. That we were under stress. We didn't know if we were going to make it out of quarantine. We thought we were going to be quarantined for the next decade or so at least, or this was going to be life forever as we know it. We were stressed. And we were eating a lot. And everybody body changed up a little bit, except for the people who were in their house going, this is how you get arms in quarantine. Work with me. And you can use your dining room chair and cock up your foot them like this and go, If them the people that them come out of quarantine fit, but that was only few and far in between. Everybody else was in at the fridge. Let me see why I have to eat again. I'm not already. I'm too much of that already. Let me drink it like this. I made 2 pieces of that cheese, yeah. I'm gonna slice off a piece of the birthday cake I them having there from 2 weeks ago. Cold piece of fried chicken and put some hot sauce on that. And you just there yamming, not true? So summer is here. You feel like you want to take the quick route, don't do it. You feel like you want to take a girls' trip down to the Dominican Republic, I'll be back, honey. It's girls' weekend getaway. We haven't done this in a while. We just need to get together and all the way I go down there, go get to it. Lift up your son, we talk around this one, we take your fat from there, so transfer it, put your own this one, all these kind of things, suck out the whole of the fat out of here. So don't do it, man. That's my advice to you, is don't do it. And I know my advice means nothing because right now, somebody has said to themselves, say, it's because she go with somebody who didn't know what he was doing. We have good links and good recommendations. All right. Don't be like that youth that when them get catch and now he is on $6 million bond. Chop. Them a sell coke, them a choppy line, them don't know what them a do. When me do it, I go do it the right way. Well, there you are. You're in where they are also because that's the ending. That's where it all goes. I just feel like them kind of something that you slow kill yourself or you kill yourself fast. It's either somebody batch it up and you're dead instantly, or them put in what them to put in and fix what them to fix, take this, put it around here, so and something else mess up somewhere along the line. It's not God's design. That's just me. Maybe I'm old school, old fashioned, and stupid. I don't know. I don't know. And I don't like it. But hey, if that's what she wants to do, that's what she wants to do. Let me close out that segment by saying this though. Let me talk to the fellas them. One more time. 30 seconds. If she is your woman and she is not trying to appease or please you by her aesthetics, if it's not what you into, but it's what she like, regardless, then she's not trying to gain your attention. She's not trying to keep your attention. She's doing it for the guys that say, she's doing it for the man when she passed what's that blood clot. Yo, my girl. She's doing it for the guy that she works with at work that's going to give her those inappropriate compliments because he knows that there's no workplace fraternization that's supposed to be happening. And he also knows that his comments are inappropriate and could be deemed as sexual molestation and all these things on the job. Can't tell nobody. She like it, right? So when I look a tight pencil skirt go to work and our new body from Dominican Republic print out tonight, she wasn't looking for you in the morning, her going off to work, for you to say, damn, babe. Yo, when you come home later, I say, or matter of fact, you have to go be late for work today and jack her up in our kitchen real quick and these things. Oops, skirt mess up, you have to go change. No, she's not looking for you for that. She's looking for somebody else from the outside. That right there, just think about it. All right, I could be wrong, but that's how I feel. I mean, I say how I feel. Somebody says she's doing it for herself. Lie. We hardly do anything for ourselves. Most of what we do is motivated by something outside of us. That's the excuse. I'm doing it for myself. Yeah, man. You know, I love seeing them at the risk of sounding a certain kind of way because I believe that women should do whatever the hell they want to. Seeing, but I love seeing when they say, I'm doing it for myself. And then when you go through the IG, back to the past sync, right? When them go through the IG, she a bare back shot screen she a give you and she's clapping and she all her little video clips is always, even if she start out talking about Jesus loves you and twerk 2 times before the video done. Like it's you're not doing it for yourself. Don't fool yourself. But okay, I'm not saying women don't do it for themselves. I'm just saying majority of the time it's not for yourself. It's for the compliments that you get when you do it. Let's be honest. Okay? Let's be honest. Yes, they ask in the new face. Ask is the new face. I guess. I guess they could keep all of it. But anyways, let me unlock this computer right here. All right. So these boys say a lie, yeah, tell. The sex stories can get tiring. Well, I don't know who's doing sex stories, but okay. Lulu Ridge is away I talk about. It's not man she looking. It's women they're trying to hype on. Oh, on each other. See? But it's still outside of self, right? More hype on a girl, want a girl see me good body and say Ray and jealous car boy, I wish me didn't have that. That it's still outside of self. It's not for self. But anyhow, I have my mom's face, middle has my mom's brain, youngest has her body. Well, we all get something from somewhere. I think me have my daddy Bigfoot them. And I don't know where else me have. Me have my mother full eyes, big eye them. Me have I guess we have something from somebody everywhere, right? In my family, my cousin and I aren't discussing anything like that wide camera lens to take our pics, the antics for me. All right, watch me. So, man, RIP to her without sounding disrespectful or anything, but lady, this is after the fact. I can't say, lady, you should have stayed at home. I have to say it to the women who are still alive. Yeah? The women who are still alive, think about what you're doing before you do it. And if your man, I tell you, say, I'm a good beer. I mean, I love what you have. You ever hear me complain it? Take that. Take it as face value. Unless you're not planning to stay with him for much longer. But she was married for 26 years. Lord God, 26 years long enough. You know, 26 years, 26 years long. Yeah. 26 years of the same old, same old. I guess she'd have tried spice it up in a some way or something. And she tried. And it just never worked out. John. Anyhow, the student and the teacher fighting. Before we go into the student and the teacher fighting, I hear a brother this morning. He make a speech. Let me share his material real quick. There's gonna be a guy or a girl that's gonna break your heart. When you say break your heart, you're gonna love them, you're gonna give everything to them, your mind, your soul, your body. In your 20s. Let them are your one true love. You know, or your 30s, inside. There's one person in the world mate I go feel like a them. Yeah, man. You're gonna love them and they're gonna rip it to pieces. Take out your heart out of your chest, put it on fire. Take a sword and sock it up and then just dash it to it on the roadside. You drink from it up. Yeah, man. Mash up your heart. But you say, after you get over that person, you're gonna learn not only about relationships, but about life. You're gonna be smarter, more conscious. And after you heal, notice we said, after you heal, you're gonna be able to love more responsibly. So take a little heartbreak and go and hold it with G. I know say it tough to get mine too, but it's not gonna last forever. I promise you. Alright. In your 20s, that is gonna be a guy. Dial Kingdom. Gonna break your heart. The man said, you're gonna love them, you're gonna give everything to them, your mind, your soul, your body. Alright, real quick, a little commercial break. The brother said in your 20s or 30s, you're gonna have this one person that's gonna break your heart. You know what I mean? I said, mash up your heart, take out your heart, rip out your heart, throw it down for junk or name it, all that. He's just expressing how hurt you're gonna be. You're gonna be damaged, but after you heal, you will learn to love. You know what I mean? I stop. I'm not going no further with that. That never happened to me yet, and it not happened to me. That's why I think my boys and my girls are gonna be cold if they listen to me. Because, and not cold as in unable to love. You have to learn to love with measures. See? So that whole take out your heart and rip you out, and is enough people get hurt like this. When I talk about a true. Probably everybody on here can remember that one time where somebody hurt you so bad where you thought this was your forever person and you didn't have to go in a one corner and go cry by yourself. One kind of cry where you have to. You remember them cry there? Them cry there. That's because you cared too much and you loved too deeply. Yeah? You have to love in measures. I cut that one short because it's not a part of our thing this morning, but I'm going to leave you with this one. And I always say this: love strong, but love enough to be able to walk away with yourself intact. Some people love so deep that when the person decides to leave them, want to kill. Because them feel like say them are dead. And I know some people are like, that's not love. That's not, man, listen, some people give so much, right, that when the other person is walking away, they feel like they're literally tearing out everything to walk away from them. Them feel like, me might as well kill you too, kill myself, because I can't take it. We can't, don't do it. Anything we are going to make me go ball up in our corner and talk about. No, not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it. I'm not giving that much. I'm not giving that much. Me I give enough for where if it goes sour, me can't say. Me might shed 2 tears because I was deeply invested and then wipe off them 2 tears then. Yeah. Yeah, so it going on life. All right, strong up. Move on. That's it. And you have to be able to love like that. So me understand what bro said, and it has already happened. One comment in here that I saw though, a female said, yep, somebody did that to me, and that's why now I'm cold as steel. I let guys fall for me, and then I ghost them without ever feeling a way about it. And I really feel nothing. That right, that's all. There's a lot of hurt people out there, and people usually hide their past. So you don't know that they're like deeply hurt, right? And when time you know go fall yourself, you're a deeply hurt person, you thinking this person coming for love when this person is looking for some revenge. Because you said the last person who hurt me, you have to go pay for that. And then start broke up your heart. That's why I'm reach. That's a broke up your heart, rip it out, fling it over, that's off it, junk off it, yam it, stamp on it, and don't give a damn. And you over there ball out your soul. And they're stone cold face like, okay, when you're done cry, right? Pick up them something there, wipe off your whole heap of water where you left on the counter, and go through the side door here. All right, me call you if me feel like it. That kind of so save yourself. All right, moving right along. Let's go into this one. Let's go into the teacher and the student fight. Yeah, that one here, that one here. Right away. Teacher and student. Move on to the seat. I'm going to play it extensively, and then I'm not going to play it again because I need to know where it's at in the video so we can cut it out later. See that? You have to watch, you know. See that? Now what teacher do? You can't see no one fight or don't. Watch. Yes. Watch out. Watch teacher tries to crop up the man's face. Wait, watch. They're intervening. One more time. Teacher fling this like Hulk to rat. Who rat in our dress lift up? Shavan pantalones. All right. We've seen enough, right? We've seen enough. I know where it's at, so we can take it out. So YouTube won't restrict my videos. I had to share that with you guys. See, a lot of the times when you miss the morning thoughts, you miss stuff like that. So you will watch the video and don't know what we're talking about. I like to show stuff as long as it's not gore or anybody getting hurt or stuff. It's not a violation of YouTube guidelines. However, for some reason, them algorithms trip and them still take it out, right? Or them still do something to the whole video, this whole hour and a half video, just because 1 minute of playing that stuff. So from watching that clip, I know we weren't there, but from watching that clip, what have y'all gathered from that? Who wanna say wrong? Who do you say is right? What do you think should have happened in that situation? All kind of stuff like that. Because you know I'm gonna say what I have to say, right? Mr. Anita Kenan says, no way. Jane Anders says, what's this here? Nah, she dead wrong. SDs says, I saw it yesterday. I didn't understand. Well, SDs, it's in a classroom in Jamaica. And I've heard some Jamaican teachers say that the classroom has become hell for them. You can see why, because children nowadays are very confrontational, and it's not like back in the day, right? Back in the day, you get to what sit down, you never even thought of getting up. All when you know say teacher wrong, in your mind, you tell yourself, say, me shell down our blood with 2 big rock stone, in your little mind, But up front, you better be, yes, Mr. Jones, yes, Miss Smith, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, so things and times have changed, right? Seymour Bennett says, I don't know what started it, but she's escalating it for sure. Hold on to that one there. D-Mac says, boy, now no manners and get the teacher bringle. Teacher wrong. She know what the protocol is. But like you said, the boy now no manners and get the teacher bringle. But then you're going to say the teacher wrong because she know what the protocol is, right? All right. Soldier says, hold on. Stacey Ann Williams says, we still have to be we still have to be professional. Yes, Stacey Ann, hold it right there, sir. All right. Soldier 819 says it shouldn't have gotten to that stage. The teacher should have asked the student to leave the class if she did not approve of the student's behavior. All right. Denty D says the teacher is out of line. Rosalind Smichael says the teacher is wrong. Dorothy T says there's some built-up frustration there. You see how she draw the desk with one hand and fling it to the... Yeah, when Hulk strength come in, because you're frustrated, and probably it's not even him alone she want to lick. She want to lick him and every student that is unruly in her class, that is laughing while such things are happening. But let's give credit where credit is due. Shout out to the youth them who jumped in, right, and tried to part them and de-escalate the situation. They did part them. They got in between and they were successful. But I realized that while they were holding them apart, right, the teacher was actually trying to scratch, like she had tried to scratch the youth face. So she has gone from disciplining to actually fighting. I want to fight, I don't want to discipline you as no adult to child. Now I want to fight you as person to person. I want to beat your blood clean in you. Is that's that's where she got to, right? Because even while they had them apart, and she couldn't get to him, a fingernail she had tried to use on the man's face. And he must have do like this at the same time. And if you notice, the youth didn't want to fight her. But I said to myself the first time I saw the video, I said, then Miss Brave, Mrs. Brave, because Miss no realize, say, oh, I'm big chopping youth that. Like, them youth that will thump you 2 times and you're dead. Like, it's not a joke either. Them youth here will thump you 2 times and you're dead. If you get thumped the right thump in the side of your jaw, or we call this your kill box, a square area right here, just above your ear, you get a good thump right there, so you're going to sleep. You might even start convulsing, right? She not understand, like she was ready to fight the student for real, right? And you can't say that the youth don't want to fight her, because if he really wanted to fight her, it would have been bloody in there. Cause she, I think she can take 3, 4 good straight right hand, and he could have done just that. It looked like he was more like trying to get her not to beat him. You know, this is the now modern day student telling you that, hey, miss, I don't know how long miss been teaching for. She don't look like an old lady. So I can't say she teach from way back in the day when them used to beat picnic and she I was having a flashback. But maybe she did go to school. Not maybe, she probably did go to school where she used to get fair tail whip. So she feel like this is what we need to bring back in the school. But you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. I feel sometimes that this is what we needed back in our schools as well. But it's modern times. The youth them not taking no lick from you like that. You're gonna have to find a different way to deal with them. What she did do wrong was, like King Big said and like Stacey Ann said, she never kept it professional. She let it go on too much, and she actually escalated the situation. She lost all professional bearing, and that's when things started to escalate. When you're drawing for a desk, to lick down a student with a desk, yeah, you're and I've seen comments where parents are saying, yep, if that was my child, all I needed to see was this video. I'll be up there at that school and she would have to answer to me. Me and her are gonna fight and all this. You mean to tell me you're gonna hit my child with a desk? Me not care what him do. Walk out of the classroom, call school security, send him go to the principal's office, call police, anything you have to do. But a desk you gonna use lick down the picnic. How that work? Right? And teachers, boy, it's rough being a teacher. It is very rough. I think teachers should be getting paid like how NFL and NBA players get paid. Because there's no way in hell you are. This is what we do, right? The whole of we gang up and conspire. And say we are care all of we picking them, gonna leave them right this upon that one person the whole day. And 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 make them stress them out and hope that them teach them something and hope that they picking them learn something too. And 40, 50 a week are picking them, gonna drop them right there. Boom, in that woman in the classroom. Every day. A Monday to Friday. One person. Half of us can't handle 2 of our kids at the same time. Jesus Christ, me there with 2 picnic that stress me out. I hear it all the time. I'm a mother of 2 and it takes everything out of me. Yeah. So imagine she in a classroom with 20, 30 picnic, some classroom overcrowded, 40, 50 picnic in the cramming. And this I want to never get no breakfast this morning. This I want to him have ADHD undiagnosed. This I want to is a little schizo we born the other day. This I want to have mad people picnic. This I want to have things going on at home. This one and everything is coming together in your classroom while you're trying to teach somebody something. It's rough, man. Not making no excuses. I'm just saying it's rough. And I think she broke, and she probably didn't even realize until after. I'm gonna keep with this story, and I guarantee you there will be a follow-up to this story where she will come and she will speak it, whether to news media or whatever. Audrey Douglas, I appreciate you greatly. Thank you. She will speak to news media and she will say stuff like, wow, after watching that video, that was beside me. I apologize. I should have kept it professional. I lost my professional bearing. Blah, blah, blah. Because she did, and she's only human. So I'm not gonna hold it against her. But I don't want them to hold nothing against the youth neither. I don't know what happened before that got to that point, but that wasn't the way how a teacher should handle it. She snapped. She snapped. And she was ready to fight. She wasn't ready to discipline anymore like teacher, student, adult, child. She was ready to fight like strange man, do me something, me I frig you up in here, kind of thing, right? Scratching after his face. I mean, you got fingernails, woman. Like if you did scratch the youth face, I don't know what I would do or what would constitute a good excuse if my son came home with his face raped this way and I can see 4 stripes. Cause you know when woman rake up your face when they fight to you and thing, yeah. So 4 stripes crossing face like that. I don't know what I would do. They would, I don't know what they could tell me for me to say, yeah, I understand. I understand. You know? So, I mean, she got to be careful. She have to be careful. I commend the youth for not going off because he could have went off too. He could have been like, what? I dare say I try to let me win. Bop, 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 bop. Beat her up, you know? But he didn't do it. Him try sight everything as much as he could. She grabbed him in the throat next. And the most he could do is grab her back and hold her at arm's length. He could have held her at arm's length and just started feeding her punches. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. And again, I hear the kids in the background laughing, but me not gonna hold against them either because they're probably in shock. And sometimes when you're in shock, you laugh, you know. You actually laugh. You do the last thing you thought you were gonna do. You laugh. But I commend again the bigger youth them for getting in the middle of it. Come hear them I say, like away I do youth, away I do. That means that's not something normal that happens in that classroom with that teacher. They don't see it as normal or right. See? So them I ask him, away I do like, yo, away I do, even though he wasn't in the wrong to me by that clip. Don't know what happened before, just talking about the clip, right? All right, so we're gonna leave that one there, but we will definitely follow that one up. Nicole Gardner says, but these teachers are under so much pressure, dying every week. No, they're dying every week. Something different. We talked about that before. That dying every week, something there. Mr. La asks, then they take a joke. All right. Mr. La asks that. And nothing to do with this kind of pressure. I think teachers still think like parents, no matter how big you are. Absolutely. Absolutely. And a lot of them have children of their own that they're raising, right? Or have raised and sent out into the world. So that parenting instinct is going to kick in like, who are you talking to like that? No, come here. Who are you addressing like that? Like, I'm 45 years old and you're 16 or 15. You're my child, my oldest child is way older than you are. Who are you addressing like that? You know that teacher slash parent thing there, it is going to kick in. But don't forget that they're not your kids. They're not your kids. They're sent to you on a daily basis to do certain things with them and send them back home and keep them safe the best way you can during the day. Teach them certain things and send them back home. Release them from your care safely. How them reach home, I don't know. For them business that. Cause boy can stop over so and get himself in a trouble and dead before him reach him yard. But that has nothing to do with you, the teacher. You do your part. Your part is that, right? Nurturing, caring, instilling, leading by example, kind of thing. So attacking or fighting the student is only telling the student that it. And I use the same thing for parents who like beat the daylights out of their children for every little thing. All you're teaching the child is that handle things violently. Violence solves things. Because I always ask, like, you want me to lick you like or you just lick that youth there? Because if I should hit you the way you hit that child, you would want to fight me. But the poor child can't fight you. And you know, I haven't always been perfect. I used to hit my kids too. But over time, I'm like, yo, I gotta get away from that stuff. Because that's how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? With the beating and the whole heap of beating and them kind of something there. It doesn't teach you anything, man, more than, yo, handle this violently. I'm gonna tell you one time, do this. I'm not gonna tell you again. And then when they do it again, you just punch somebody in them face. I bet you understand now. That kind of stuff. But that's how I was raised. I was raised with, I want this clean up this way. I'm going to show you one time. And if they ever come in here and see it any different again, right? And then when they come in and they see it different again, they inflict pain. And because I never want to feel the pain, them just never have to tell me that again. Me feel the pain the one time, me still a clean it all know when me have my own. Just because I'll know when me have my own and me can't let it dirty, me still a clean it the same way because I ain't want to feel that pain. But hey, it worked. A few parents are only a decade plus older than their children. And that too. So they really and their head aren't screwed on right. Some parents out here head really not screw on right. So them send them like a mad jing bang picnic at school, got stress out the poor teacher who's trying to teach and trying to handle the classroom. Easy. Easy. You're telling them, hello, I said no talking. Okay, who's talking over here now? Is that you, James? I heard it. I know your voice. Erica, why did you say that? Like, I can't imagine being one person. I try to govern 20, 30, 40 mad people in here. And yeah, I'm calling people picnic mad because some of them are really mad. For real. They're mad from them little. And them parents know it. Some of them come from mad parents. So they're okay with their kids being mad. Right? Boy, I mean, I know. Beast Boy says in Long Island, the teachers make good money, $130,000 a year. I work as a custodian. All right, Beast Boy, big up yourself. We can look up the salaries, but $130,000 a year US is good money. It's good money. But boy, the kind of stress will come with that. Them need a shrink, them need a psychiatrist, them need somebody to talk to after. Them need, because who do you bring your problems to when you're the one that's supposed to always be perfect and always be upholding the standards and all these things? Remember, I'm telling you, say, right next door to me is a school teacher. I remember, so I'm telling you, say, him talk to me a couple of times and him seem like a couple screw loose in there, but me I go and watch myself. See? But the tremendous stress that they're under, Hi, y'all. Just joined the live. I hope everyone is all well. Fivefield 63, we appreciate you and thank you for being here. Big up yourself and welcome. So, here what? Teacher turn cat, teacher turn cat. Yeah, the teacher try to scratch up the youth face up. And she try to scratch him face up. So, like, poor thing. Oh, God. You know what? I know some people are going to say, SouFlo, how come you say poor thing for the teacher? But if it's a youth, defend himself against a over-aggressive teacher, want to criminalize and demonize the youth. See, I don't want to be one of those people. That's why I said we don't know the whole story from the little clip where we see. It's just a little clip. Who knows if the youth that put hands on the teacher before they started recording? Who knows? We don't know. We know what we saw. And what we saw was the youth trying to not engage the teacher in that way and her making every effort to engage him physically. See? The youth is aware that he could hurt her. Absolutely, Soldier. Listen, Soldier 819. That youth that probably play football or probably run track. The youth in a good shape. May I tell you, 2 kangaroo kick and she done. 1 uppercut and she missing teeth and unconscious. Like, right? Them youth here is not no youth to play with like that. So I don't condone beating them up or trying to fight them. But I gotta say, man, Audrey Douglas, I appreciate you greatly, family. Audrey says, good morning, SouFlo. This is my third $13.99 and 3 weeks ago at $27.99 and still I'm not a member and I can't comment. Oh man. Audrey, I think you're donating. You're not purchasing membership. You're donating. Somebody help Audrey out, please. Because Audrey just said this is her third $13.99 and 3 weeks ago at $27.99. I don't know why you paid $27.99 because the membership is $9.99, not even $13.99. And you paid $13.99 3 times, and a week ago you paid $27.99 and still not a member. You're donating. You're going to the wrong thing. You're going to the wrong thing. Yeah, she doesn't understand how to get the membership. Audrey, do me a favor. I will set time aside. Or actually, let's do it right here, right now. So when you go back to the main page, right? Let me do this real quick. When you go back to the main page of the channel, I'm gonna like that. I'm gonna like that. Cause I'm cheap enough. So dollar to me is $1 to me is $150 something in Jamaica. Me no ramp with people money neither. I wouldn't want anybody ramping with mine. So okay, She said 3 times she did $13.99 and at $27.99. That's too much. It's $9.99 for the membership. I can't find it. Let me go find that one here. I'm signed out there. YouTube. Listen, if you go to the front of the channel, right? Wanna bear with me for like 2 minutes, people, please. If you go to the front of the channel, Audrey, on the front of the channel, right where the subscribe button is, you will see the join button right next to it. Start off there. You need to click join. Yo, shout out to Eat Good TV, by the way. Eat Good TV made a drink yesterday, a watermelon lemon ginger drink. See my mouth, yeah? Cause it just don't work out when we see it, you know. I was just like, she come up with some stuff, Bammy burger, and all that. Anyway, big up Eat Good TV. When I go over there, so go find out what I'm talking about. But okay, here's the channel. I found it, your channel. Let me show you. I'll bring around my other laptop. All right, so this is what the front of the channel looks like. Okay, you see right here, so see these two blue rectangle, what them name again? Triangle SouFLo, stop. It's not square either, almost rectangle. All right, you see them two blue something there? All right, right next to them you have customized channel, manage videos, and then you have join. So right under those, right under the banner, you have the join button. All right, hit that join button and then follow the instructions through on the join button. And then let me know how it worked out for you. Ja. Anita Cannon says that the drink is delicious. Oh, you made it already? You already made the drink from Eat Good TV? It's a watermelon lemon ginger drink. Me just want it. I paid $17.99 from Montreal, Canada. Because it's $9.99 in US dollars, right? And your money in Canada is less. So that's how much it was. Dorothy T, that's why, right? So at the end of the day, either way, it equals to US dollars. So wherever you're paying from, they're going to use, you can't, they're Jamaica and say you're going to pay $9.99 when the membership is $9.99 in the US. They're going to work it out for you in US dollars. Not true? Because of the exchange. Right. Stash says, no, we just pay more in Canada. I think, no, it's because of the exchange, because of how much the dollar differs. All right. Yo, again, big up to Eat Good TV. Y'all go over there, see what I'm saying? Because that channel is popping. And I'm definitely going to be trying that watermelon lemon ginger drink. I'm going to a grocery store. I'm looking for watermelons, though, that have seeds. For some reason, watermelon without seed does freak me out. Like, I don't even know if that's good for me. But may I look for watermelon with seed. I found one a couple of weeks ago and I can't find no more. Maxine says she pays $8.99 sterling in pounds. See it? And it's $9.99 for, but the pound is more than the US dollar. Anyhow, I'll wait for Audrey to link me somehow and let me know if things work out for you. So we already went through the student that was the woman arrested for no student and teacher fight. We wrap that up. All right, correction officer dies. We wrap that up. Off the board. Scanned by his mom, new car, and woman arrested for throwing. All right, so we have quite some time left. So I'm gonna save the scan something for last. Let's go into this one. So there's a video here of a woman throwing of a woman, a lady, a young lady. She's throwing, that's her face. That's her face on my icon. So the face look like something like that, as you can see. You know, her face looks something like that. Yeah, so she's going through it. And the headline said that. So she was arrested, right? A woman arrested after throwing her boyfriend's mother's ashes into Lake Worth in Texas. Here it is. Then there's a video that made it go viral. So see the video here. All the urn gone. But here's the thing. The true story behind it. Watch again. I don't want the song because I don't want them to do any copyright infringement on the video. Give me more stuff to take out. Watch Mummy I blow away. Blood fire. So you know, the first time I see that video here, I said to myself, I said, there'll probably be a funeral after. She gone too far now, man. Not true, Vanessa? Which movie? I shot as well. Big up Louis Rankin. I shot as when him say you gone too far now, man. Biggs, you gone too far now. She gone too far. She took the urn ashes, but here's the thing. This video made the incident go viral. However, the fact, can't make a fact check, you know. The fact about this is, this happened in Fort Worth, Texas, right? And it says that Fort Worth woman was charged for throwing her boyfriend's mother's ashes into the lake. A Texas woman was arrested and charged with abuse of a corpse 2 years ago. So this happened, but the video that you're seeing, a Texas woman was arrested 2 years ago and charged for abuse of a corpse for throwing her boyfriend's mother's ashes into a lake in Lake Worth, Texas, northwest of Fort Worth, authorities say. Augustine Gladney was her name, and she's 40 years old, or was 40 years old 2 years ago. She dumped ashes that belonged to 38-year-old Ernest Smith, mother, into the lake in 2020, and she was charged with the crime on May 4th, according to the Fort Worth Police Department reports. All right. In Texas, abuse of the corpse is a Class A misdemeanor that carries a $4,000 fine and up to a year in prison, per the Fort Worth Police report. This is where we get that information from. Now, according to the records, Smith told police on June 3rd, 2020, that his late mother's urn was missing from the residence that he and Gladney had shared. He maintained that he overheard a conversation with Gladney, which she had with her daughter, admitting to taking the urn and emptying the urn in Fort Worth, then throwing the urn in the river as well. Later, Smith says that Gladney texted him, also confessing to him after she left the house that, yes, I took your mama's ashes, I threw it in the river, and I threw the damn urn in the river with it. Police advised Smith to collect all the texts that she sent to him admitting to what she did as evidence. A viral video on social media has brought the case into spotlight, in which a woman throws the ashes and then the urn into the river with the caption, "He cheated. So I threw his mama's ashes into the river." Here's the good thing though. I know you're like, SouFlo, which good thing that is? All right. Authorities have not confirmed that the woman in this video that's going around is actually Gladney, as the crime was committed 2 years ago, and now the video is just surfacing. But according to social media sleuths, the video was a skit that was based on Gladney's actions. One user clarified it and says that's the true story. The video was a skit, but it's a different woman and it's disgusting either way. But yeah, it's not really her. That is a different person that was acting out the real story of what happened 2 years ago. Now, because of the recent video making rounds on TikTok and Twitter and Instagram, many news outlets have taken the video and have reported that the crime occurred just last week. So we're still trying to figure out, was this a skit or is this? Now, according to Gladney's, the girl who actually did it and admitted to doing it 2 years ago, according to her LinkedIn, she's a clinical office specialist at the College of Healthcare Professions today. So she moved on with her life, and she's a clinical office specialist at the College of Healthcare Professions. So it's unclear if she remains in custody or if she's lying on LinkedIn and that's not really her profession today or whatever it is. My question to you is this. Your mom passed away. Your boyfriend or girlfriend, you and them get in an argument, whatever the case may be, them catch you a cheat or whatever. Is mama's ashes off limits? Would you react in a violent way, or would you just be like, hey, I was gonna sprinkle her at sea anyway, so thank you. She liked the water, she used to love the water, or whatever. How would you handle this as a person? How would you handle this personally? Because personally, for me, if I was there while she was doing it, after the urn went right there, yeah, she would have followed. And then I would thought about it after and be like, damn, I forget that she can't swim and thing. And, like, I don't know. I don't know how I would have handled that. I don't know. It would have just been an instant action or instant reaction. Like, and then, oh, damn, I forget that she can't swim, but me can't swim that good either. And I weird on this, so something I figure work out, Swim, Gladness, swim. So I love you, babe. Go left. No, you're going to Mexico. Go that way. The bank over there, so because them river they have some sweeping currents and thing. I don't know. I wouldn't just take it just lying down. That's something hard to take. I know one thing for a fact. That would definitely be the end of that for me. Sometimes you're in a relationship and it's toxic and you keep going back. And every time something happens that's really bad, you tell yourself, say, this is it. This is the worst right here. I'm out. And then you end up go back, right? And then worse happen. And then it get wasara and wasara. That right there would have been the breaking point for me. Because you can't, my mama gone. And all I have of her is this ash. She never tell me to sprinkle it nowhere. Or maybe she says, Carmen ashes go to Jamaica and right from your grandparents' land, right which part I was born and raised, my wife sprinkle my ashes there. So. Or she said, put it over here. So, me not go to Jamaica that often because I can't afford it really. So I'm waiting to buy my plane ticket to go so I can sprinkle her ashes. And you go take the ashes now. Because you find out, I give Keisha like a 15 minutes. You got to take the ashes of mommy now and empty the ashes in the river of some place she never would want to be. And now I have nothing. I don't have the ash. I don't have the urn. I don't have mummy. I don't have nothing. Me don't know. Me that get overly emotional. Them something that make people do things and then regret it later. I would just run away. Because it could be bad. Mrs. Nia says, I do not do toxic. I do not do toxic. I am leaving and I could care less of how much I love you. I'm walking away. Stash said, "Gala get kick up and gala get box up, and I wouldn't stop beating her until I can't move." Yeah, yo, Stash, you see how YouTube hide your comment? Stash said, "Gala get kick up and box up, and I wouldn't stop beating her until I can't move." Oh my God, mommy and cheating don't have nothing in common, King Biggs. But yeah, mommy don't have nothing to do with that. So you tell me, say she hurt so bad that she's trying to figure out the best way for hurt you, And the best way for hurt you is for dump mommy ashes. Why do we? Yeah, I feel like the way how she fling out, watch mommy a blow out. Yeah, the way how she fling away ashes. Fam, it's not even like she go up on a beach I'm going to sprinkle the ashes, and the waves are going to take her away into tranquility. And you know, I say, and she's off into the universe now to become one with the all and all these things. No, she sprinkled it from way up on bridge top. That means leg gone, there's a head gone, there's a foot gone, there's a the breeze that's a carry every which all some might blow gone back on the road, car go run over it. Some might blow back on her and all these things. I hope she haunt you. I hope she box. You ever get boxed by a duppy yet? I hope she box you. I hope she box you regularly. Because boy, she would have known ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Jane Anders said she would have known ashes to ashes and dust to dust. She would have followed the ashes. That was a very wicked act, and she carried out. Why wouldn't she have just walked away? See? So I haven't met one person yet who said, I don't know, man, I'm just out. Well, yeah, Mrs. Nia said she's leaving. Cuff with a haunted handy mac. Duppy box. Water. Yeah. Make sure Duppy box, make sure you go see God and these things. So anyway, I just wanted to get a feedback from you guys. What you would I do? The whole hour pretty much upon the same boat, right? It wouldn't be anything nice. It wouldn't be anything nice. She already locked up, so the duppy box are boy, I don't know enough. Anyhow, moving right along, I really want to talk about the killing that happened, the shooting that happened with the pregnant girl in it. There's a lesson in that I think needs to be put out there this morning. So we'll move right along now, right? All right. Skeng, dancehall star Skeng, the new young gunner. Skeng buys mommy a car. Now, I wasn't there. I don't know if him really buy the car. I'm going on social media. Coming on want nobody say later say, so Flo, don't always take everything and run with it. The youth do a car commercial for Tenko or for whoever car company. But as far as I know, he bought his mommy a nice car, right? Walk with me. When I left the girl's store with the ashes alone, we are multitasking this morning or running over multiple topics. Because we missed out yesterday, so we have to make up. And time is drawing nigh. Skank buy mommy a new car.
A simple thing, man, catch on, man.
All right, so Skank now. Somebody will come do copyright infringement with a little beat that we are playing in the background. Boy, you have to be careful on social media these days. So, you know, here's my thing and the argument. There's a lot of people who say this whole dancehall thing, yeah, the youth them were sing certain songs. All right. SD says that's nice. I like that. Right? Stash says that's a good look. Right? Who else on here thinks that that's nice or that was a good look? Positive movements, up move. Talk now. Positive movement. Oh, it's a good look. It's a good look. She's lucky. They'd have no power. Oh, you're talking about the girl we get with Dash for the Ashes. We're talking about Skeng right now. Dancehall artist Skeng buy mommy a new car. Is it a good look? And the reason why I'm asking if it's a good look is because this. If you listen to Skeng lyrics, see, more you dash him when nobody can find him and these kind of things. Yeah, gunman thing Skeng Depan and I'm not afraid to tell you that say a gunman thing in Depan. We could look at it like I look at it. I look at it as image and branding, and there's a market out there for it. However, there are people that look at it as influencing, and destructive. Because you talk beer gunman talk and pop molly and all these. You're taking drugs, you're introducing popping molly as something cool. You know, you talk about how your guns stay and kill people and you want to dash him when nobody can find him and yeah, you never know, say a little juvenile could have run in your yard and take your 3 points and all these kind of things. Like that's his lyrics. But may I tell us this, without his lyrics, him couldn't do that nice thing that you just saw. Now somebody is gonna brave up themselves and say, yes, he could. Him did just have to apply himself, and you don't know people's situation. You have to take any opportunity you get in life. See? Because not all of us are going to make it the same way. You understand? Music is really influential. Of course it is. Of course it is. But it has never made me pick up a gun and go kill nobody. I listen gun songs extensively. Them playing on my head. I can't repeat enough of them word for word. I got gun songs in my head from way back when what Buju Banton sing? How we a guard on a life and no. When no know asleep we a patrol out a door with the Uzi. How we protect on a life and no. When no know asleep we a patrol. I am my boss, my own big man, me run my own show. From way back then, you know. And he never talk about kill nobody, still him just a say, we a guard on the life and you know. And then, of course, the favorite one for me was Beanie Man. Man a bad man, wicked man, not take man for toy. With me Glock in a me and mark, kill and destroy. Me murder your mama, make your papa start cry. You hear them lyrics there? Murder your mama, make your papa start cry. And not even kill your father, you know. Murder your mama, make your papa start cry. So from way back then till now, those lyrics have been around in dancehall, in the dancehall sphere. They were built off of clash. Some of us are very hypocritical because we watch hip hop do battles, and in the battles, these hip hop artists sing about murder this and kill that and F your mom and bust a nut in the mouth and blah, blah, blah. They're the most disrespectful things. And then they drive off in a Maserati or they drive off in a Phantom or they drive off in some $150,000 car to some $2.5 million mansion and this. And we love all that and we worship all that and we say that's their success. But when our artists sing a song or a couple songs that set a certain way, then the argument comes in as, me no business if him can buy another car. Him a use a blood money, me consider that as. Cause him a sing evil and influence the youth them. Like a youth call in the other morning and him say, okay, so these youths are able to uplift themselves, right, through their music with these kind of lyrics. They're gonna get booked on shows overseas. They're gonna get collaborations. Like right now, Skillibeng have a collab with Fabio Foreign and French Montana. And Nicki Minaj already remixed Crocodile Teeth and put it on Fear, something that she just re-released as a classic piece. So these songs are taking these youths places and opening doors of opportunities for them left, right, and center. See? But it's how we look at it. It's a double-edged sword kind of thing. It's a double-edged sword. Kaitai Jai Empress says, I'm driving this morning. Can't be in the comments like I want to. And that's why I'm going to see you. But drive safe, my sister. And be careful out there. Because we don't want you texting and driving. Just listening. We appreciate you. Right? Somebody say, I'm allergic to rap music. Seymour Bennington, I'm allergic to rap music. Mrs. Nia says, I was around real gangsters back in the day and listen to all kinds of music. And nothing ever made me pick up a gun and go do nothing to nobody. Exactly. Same thing for me. Nothing ever made me pick up a gun by listening to any one of these songs and do anything to anybody. And again, I think if we've gone from where the artist was supposed to be a storyteller, I know if you come from a rough environment, you shouldn't have to do the stuff. Like if me a ghetto youth from zinc fence community where beer rifle around there and gunman, badman and gang around there, I shouldn't have to go join a gang or wave a rifle, kill a man in order to sing about it in a song. our artists used to be storytellers, and they would tell stories from their environment. That is what made it credible. But we took it a step further and we start tell the artists them say, yo, I lie you tell, cause you not do nothing like that. How did we think that was gonna make sense? Cause what artists supposed to do? Go kill people and then go in the studio and make songs about it so you can say, yo, I'm real, you know, I'm really kill people for real and then sing about it. And my artist that. And this is where I think the closer an artist makes himself seem as if that's what he really does, is the more credible it makes his music because that's what the audience is demanding. You saw me? And it's a dangerous game to play. It's a dangerous game to play because just like how Ice-T said, it's easy to convince the streets that you're gangster. You know, you get a couple of ninjas around you, everybody is aggressive, wave a couple of guns, throw up some hand signs, you know, and make a couple of videos in some area that looks a certain kind of way where you would normally go there and type of thing. Everybody is convinced, yo, he gangster. It's hard to convince the feds, or in Jamaica's case, it's hard to convince the police, the state, that you're not, right? Just like right now, we see Young Thug, Gunna, and YFN Lucci, and a bunch of other rappers who are now indicted on RICO charges and are going through the system, and they're trapped, and they're using their lyrics in court, and they're tying crimes to their lyrics and saying, yes, he did it. This song right here is him confessing it on record in the song, kind of thing. So I don't know. Shout out to Skeng, me love what you do. Of course, never leave mommy behind, right? But it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. Kai, you okay? I don't drink or smoke, and I was around all of them or do drugs. Come here, Papa. What are you crying for? I'm having tons. Come here. Say hi. Hi. Why are you crying? I love find my toys. Go find your toys. You're okay. Your brother's in there? Yeah. Coco. Yeah. Jay. Make sure. Come here, Jay. Y'all see all of them. This is Jaden. Hey. You hear the man voice, right? I know somebody I got said, blood and skirt, how much of them SouFlo have? Every day I'm pull up on new youth. This cutie right here. This is Jay. This is Jaden. And of course, Kaka is here with your brothers. Y'all make sure he's okay.
Alright. I think he was looking for his car. We found it.
Okay.
Oh, let's get your cars.
I'm about to wrap up in about 15 minutes.
Alright.
Somebody said he looks just like you. I was putting in that. Whoop. The gene's strong, you know. Carbon copy, them call it.
I'm leaving.
You're leaving.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't say you're leaving like that for? Why your eyes red?
Coming up all night with your doctor.
You was crying.
Mm-hmm.
She was crying all night because she missed me.
Mm-hmm.
And she never know how to come on the other side of the house and say, babe, I love you. Come hug me up. Wrap me up. But that not go on you.
No, you don't tell you up all night.
How long you sleep?
Yes, come and make you sleep too late yesterday.
Alright. Alright, go enjoy your workout.
Goodbye.
Bye. Anyhow, let's talk about so Sken. Let me close this segment by saying this. We got about 15 more minutes left, and I'm gonna use those 15 minutes, 20 minutes to talk about the shooting thing what happened yesterday. Because I really think we need to talk about that. Right. So with Sken being able to buy his mom, this is why I tell you guys this. The whole way know Just forgot my train of thought. All of us know people who are good people that's been trying to get a visa forever. We don't know how them select who get visa and all that, but people want to travel, go seek better opportunity other places and all these things. Yes, and they can't or they're not getting it. And these people aren't gangsters, them not in a nothing. Poor Miss Matty, poor Auntie Jean, poor, them can't get them something there. So when you see the little youth them now who are their children and grandchildren able to come sing a one song and the one song take off and the youth is in England at shell down shows and getting paid in pounds and then he's in Canada and then he's in the US, Skillibang, and then he's here and he's there and he's in Belgium, Ireland, France, Spain, I'm a tour the whole of Europe, in Ghana, Africa, and all these things. Living the dream off of lyrics that we condemn. I'm conflicted in feelings. Me see someone know laughing at Vicky Victory. You know how I go on already. I had to gather my thoughts. But big up to Skang is a good look. And that's what it should be. See? Use the money to uplift your family, take care of mommy, make sure she alright, and these kind of things. Elevate yourself as well. I put it like this. You see, from them I do something when I kill we, and them not have to be out here like the others. Wow, beg your thing, no, make something go on for me in the day, and them kind of thing. You see, if it take them away from that, then I'm all for it. See, I'm all for it. Richie Shiva, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Richie says, welcome to SouFLoTV live exclusive. Welcome to the family, Richie. Back to talk about this killing thing, This is our last topic for the morning. We've covered 5 topics, 4 so far. Student teacher fight. Skeng buys mom a new car, but some would say is evil money because they must sing evil. But the evil money, as you can see, is going to good use. And there's a saying that says, rise up out of poverty by any means necessary. And then we talked about the correction officer that died following the Brazilian butt lift, where I'm telling you, women, that don't do it. You're fine, just the way you are. That might be taking food out of some surgeon's mouth, but there's enough women out there who aren't listening to me who are going to do it. If you value yourself, don't do it because it could go very, very wrong, right? And then instead of having a big round body, you have a casket and a funeral. And then now we're going to talk about this one. Woman arrested for throwing boyfriend. We talked about that already. We're going to talk about the killing. Pregnant woman was shot and the pregnant woman died. And the incident goes like this. The Loop News first brought it out and they said a pregnant woman and her common law husband were gunned down during a pre-dawn home invasion by unknown assailants in Norwood, St. James, Saturday morning. The deceased has been identified as 22-year-old Swain Pennicott and 19-year-old Barrington Clark. Keep the information in mind. It says 22-year-old Swain Pennicott. The update to this, Swain's age changed, but Barrington age did not change. Pay attention. Residents claim that Pennicott was 4 months pregnant, and reports are that about 3:50 a.m. residents heard gunshots coming from that section of Chico Lane, Norwood, and they summoned the police. Yo, they must shoot up over here, blah, blah, blah. Upon their arrival, the police discovered Pennicott and Clark suffering from what happens to be gunshot wounds. No motive had yet been ascertained so far in that attack, but then now we have an update. First of all, I wonder something. 3:50 a.m. gunshot a beat in a certain community. When did police reach the scene? I would like to know for my own reasons, right? Because I've always said that we need police 24/7 in rotation. I don't know, take some people off a day shift and make them work night shift, but police time, response time in certain areas are really, really slow. And I know a lot of police stations that close as soon as it starts to get dark outside in the evening. So police don't work at night. Gunman operate at night, rape, pillage, and plunder, and then police come check it out in the daytime after it's all done. See, if there was a quick response, like, yo, police could be here any minute, night or day, I think that alone would be a deterrent for a lot of these things that happen, right? So I don't know what time the police got there. I don't want to make them look bad or anything. So I'm not saying they got there late. I'm asking. Now, if we find out later on that they did get there big broad daylight later and not 15, 20 minutes after a call was made to them, then you see the problem. See what I'm saying? Anyhow, here's the update now. And shout out to Nationwide Radio JM for this one. Kill order for pregnant woman boyfriend came from prison, is what the police is saying. A gangster behind bars ordered that killing. Police sources say that the order to murder a woman who was 4 months pregnant and her boyfriend in Hendon, Norwood, St. James on Saturday came from behind bars. The couple, this is where the age changed. The couple, 33-year-old Suwane Pennicott, otherwise called Susu, 33, and her 19-year-old boyfriend, otherwise called CJ, were found dead, cuddled together in a pool of blood in bed at their home. Yo, some people wicked, you know. Some of them man will tell us if you hug up each other. Hold the gun for you and say hug up each other. You love each other, hug up on one another. When you hug up, them shoot you up just like that when you hug up because them want to create scene. You understand? This is how I want you to be found. Just like this. Well, that's how they were found. The two of them found hug up, cuddled together in a pool of blood in their bed at their home, is what the article says. If you're gonna ask me what a 33-year-old woman wants with a 19-year-old boy, then uh, it's the same thing as asking. I mean, enough people have the energy, you know. If you say a 33-year-old man and a 19-year-old or 18-year-old girl and him girlfriend, everybody is like, yeah, if you go look your size, left a young girl them alone. But me notice that when time the woman them do it, they applaud each other. Yes, mama, after you know all up and call up. Young boy, I will say yes, and nothing wrong with that. And you know, so I want y'all to keep the same energy all the way through on both sides. See? On both sides. Somebody said, look how popcorn still can't touch America. Look how bounty killer still can't touch America either. Anyhow, they were both shot by unknown assailants who were allegedly instructed by a reputed gang leader who is serving time in prison on a murder charge to go over there and execute them both. The police, our sources said that Pennicott, the female, may have been the intended target because she is the mother of 4-year-old twin boys who are fathered by the gang leader. So what this look like is the man there, a prisoner doing time, and she got take up young boy. So you have my youth them, and you have this young boy, so you can't hold it out. You can't wait till me come home. You move along. Or maybe they weren't together after whatever, but him no want to see no boy around him picking them and him woman take on 19-year-old boy. In order for this is on nationwide news, you know. So on nationwide news, it's very credible. In order for the police to say that the hit was ordered from behind bars, again, I'm asking for proof. There must be some kind of proof for them to make that kind of statement, correct? There must be some kind of proof. Unless the man that were there behind bars, them want to sink him already. So they're like, you already there answer to a murder charge. So if we just stick that one upon you too. But may I ask for proof? So again, here comes another story that we're going to have to update later, because later on, if there's proof, they will surely put it out in the news that phone evidence says, and right now, it doesn't say anything about phone evidence says. It just says that it is alleged by police sources that are theorized or rumored, but is not no solid proof here. We have proof. Phone record evidence shows we catch a banger behind bars, and on it, there's footage of him ordering the hit. So now they have no mother or father, SD says. Well, father, they are prison. So them still have a daddy, but he's not available. Them definitely don't have a mother. I don't know if them here say she breathed for the 19-year-old because them said she was 4 months pregnant, right? Can't be that the twins are his, the 19-year-old, because if you subtract 4 from 19, you're dealing with a 15-year-old or 14 going on 15 years old if him just turned 19, right? But the police is theorizing that that is what it is. Because I see the story out there and people are all, oh my God, them kill a pregnant woman and all this. Like, Jamaica is getting from bad to worse and all this, and something did in a something. Well, this is the something that was in something. She already had a set of twins from the alleged gangster who is behind bars on murder charge. And it is now said that he's the one that called the hit. If you go over there, that's what she and the youth, because, and the way how they found them, described here, huddled up together in a pool of blood, in a them bed, I bet money. If this was a call shot, that them set it like that. Because if somebody strange in my house, me not gonna lay down in a bed and hug up my wife still and be like, shoot us up together, please. I'm gonna be running around the house. I reach for some weapon somewhere, trying to escape. She had try escape something. So the scene would look much different. May I tell you, man, Cole, man will tell you about hug her up. You want her? Hug her up. Cause you got dead with her now. Hug her up. You know, you Mr. Hug up the hug up the girl, boy. And him have to hug her up. Knowing him I got dead with her just like that anyway. That's the something we're in a something. Here's what I'm gonna say though, before I leave. Me say one man alone can shift my panty. You see them kind of lyrics, they're growing and growing. No disrespect to the artist. You sing your song I give you a visa, it have wings. You fly out, you do shows, just like Sken, you're able to, will be able to buy mommy a car and all these things, but understand this. You see, for those who choose to live these lyrics, when you decide to say a gunman you want, you see, then everything that come with the gunman comes for you. Everything that comes with the gunman comes for you. God know why I never make me go down them road there, because I would be cold, deep cold. Because just like how you hear me I tell us, boy, I probably them tell them to hug them up. I something would operate. Hug up the blood clot, girl. Hug her up. And shut up the two of them together like that, make them find them like that. Would that cool? When me I look for your man and I can't find them, me picture where cool. So for the females out there who think it's cool, cause you have gunman as your man, remember, theme thing don't last too long, right? It's not a forever thing, it's a short life. Might be an exciting life, but it's a short life. See? And not only that, when them can't catch him, you are the intended target. Now, a lot of people say, yo, me live the short life there. Me dead. So what? We all are dead. Let this message take us out this morning from this brother right there. So, see?
It's easy to say, long live and rest in peace. It's easy to carry a casket. It's easy to cry. It's easy to feel sad. What if your man don't go to jail? What if your man don't die? What if your man become a paraplegic? Is it easy for you to go over to your man crib and wash his ass? Because he a real one? Because he held the block down? Because he a demon? Is it easy to wipe his tears away because he can't move no more? Is it easy to scratch your man back? Is it easy to feed him? Is it easy to pamper your man? What if your man don't die or go to jail? We talking about gun violence, right? It's easy to pick up their phone when they call collect. It's easy to say free to real, you a real nigga. It's easy to send money, send letters, and make a visit. Let's take it a step further. Your man died because of gun violence, holding the block down. It's easy to say long live and rest in peace.
Put him on a
It's easy
t-shirt.
to carry a casket. It's easy to cry. It's easy to feel sad. What if your man don't go to jail? What if your man don't die? What if your man become a paraplegic? Is it easy for you to go over to your man crib and wash his ass? Because he a real one? Because he held the block down? Because he a demon? Is it easy to wipe his tears away because he can't move no more? Is it easy to scratch your man back? Is it easy to feed him? Is it easy to pamper your man? What if your man don't die or go to jail? We talking about gun violence, right?
All right. Let that take us out this morning. See? A lot of people say all that stuff. Yo, a real one, and him is a real one. Yeah, it's easy. Just like he just said, it's easy to put you on a t-shirt and say RIP after your friends done peer pressured you in and done boost you up and you went all the way down the wrong way and all your girls are talking about, me not like them boy, they are square. Them boy they are circle. I don't know what they calling them nowadays. Them boy they are nerd. Me like bad boys, me like gunman, me like this, and then them start put it in songs and you know dance to it and acting like it's okay. It's easy. It's easy when them dead and gone. RIP and you move on with your life. Most friends never really wish you all that anyways. It wasn't like they were gonna die with you if it came down to it, right? But what happened when you don't die? What happened when that bullet clipped your spine when they came for him but saw you instead? And you really didn't die, but now you're paraplegic or quadriplegic. What happens if now you're brain dead with a hole sticking out your throat? They had to trank you. You're on a breathing machine. What happens then when all these other things happen to you? I'm gonna tell you a true story before. I just told this story to my kids yesterday. There was a youth in my high school in Miami called Timothy. That was his name. Timothy them came from Pork and Beans Projects, right? And Timmy used to come to school along with another youth named Alonzo. Them kids were built like men. Like them built like man would play football and lift weights. So they used to like shake down all the other kids, like they'll run your pockets, slap your pants them so and go through your pocket. I've seen kids try to hold Timothy's hand. Hey man, what you in my pocket for? Run your damn pockets, take out their money, everything. This kid, one day me being bad, decided to me I skip school with a brethren who just get a new car because him parents did have money. But the youth want the car. Him want a newer car. Him didn't like the Mitsubishi Miata that his dad bought. He had a 5.0 Mustang convertible before. Him crashed that and him father buy a Mitsubishi used game. Him say him no want that. Him want back in Mustang or something better. So the youth start run stop sign with me in the car. About the third stoplight, an old Cadillac out of nowhere came and broadsided the Mitsubishi we were riding in, spin we around in our street, bust up everything in our fluids all over the ground and everything. The youth told me, he said, run, because when my dad come, I don't want him to see you here. I'm gonna make up a story and tell him that I got hit by accident, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The man tell me before him start run the stop sign, them say, this is more doing up. And guess who for side will get licked on? My side, right? So things could have happened to me. Anyways, I start running through the projects. I had never been in the project before. I start running through Pork and Beans projects, and I'm looking and I'm like, blood clot, this coming like when I move it in name New Jack City. I don't know if y'all ever seen New Jack City. Inside of the building there where them sell the cracker and stuff like that. So me I run through and I start slow down. I'm like, people really live like this to blouse and skirt, like yo. And all the doors were open to the apartments, and you could see the crackheads, you could see the dealers. I saw a star football player for us that from North Miami Senior High that was supposed to be going off to college on a full scholarship. We see him in the big broad chest with no shirt on, and I seen him dealing. Me looking at one door, and who do I see? I saw Timothy sitting in a wheelchair because I hadn't seen him in a while. Sitting in a wheelchair, and him look like this, with drool coming down his mouth, and somebody was like rubbing something upon him. I me remember I know me I jog through and me turn back and look in just to make sure it was him, and it was him. Gunshot him get in him head. The way he got the gunshot though was peer pressure. Russian roulette. One one bullet in the chamber, spin it. You pussy, you ain't brave enough. Do that shit. Oh, that's what you call me? That's what you call me? Bow, pull it. Nothing happened. That's the story. Nothing happened. He passed it to the other youth. Nothing happened. Then pass it to the next youth. Nothing happened. Pass it back to him. Nothing happened. I guess he started feeling lucky. When that gun came around again, back to him. Bye! And guess what? As rough as he was living before, and he used to talk about how I'm afraid for die and he ain't scared of nobody and he'll kill motherfuckers and all that. You didn't die. He didn't die. You just got a horrific injury, and now you have to live with it as a vegetable. Somebody was oiling up his legs because his legs looked like they started to atrophy. They were losing muscle mass and everything. They must start get skinny already and all that, which told me then that he was probably never going to walk again and all that stuff. Man of God, so I don't know, but I'm telling you what I saw. You know what I'm saying? And just a message to the youth them out there. My granny always says, say, friends will carry you go certain places and them left you there because them can't carry you back and them not gonna bring you back. And you have to go find your way back. So be careful out there. Young ladies, be careful when you not talk about a gunman alone can shift my panty and all that. We see too many of breed for them kind of people that gonna run down when you young and dumb, because we all were young and dumb at one point. And then the next thing is you're over here taking up handouts trying to mind this man picking them because him either dead or doing a long time in prison. And then sometimes it come down to this. When his adversaries and foes rise up and can't find him, you're always a sitting duck. With that said, I'm gonna leave this right there. So, manners and respect to each and every one of you. Let's keep it on a level, always positive. Big up yourself. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you right here tomorrow morning on SouFLoTV Morning Thoughts. Tell a friend for tell a friend. Get your membership so you can get in the chat and talk to each other, and also be a part of our giveaways. We've given away $600 so far. May I try to give us some real money though, but we have to raise the numbers up in the membership. All right. One love. Peace.